You are going to die. We all are. It's one of the only objective truths in a world full of subjectivity. By the time you're seeing this, Halloween has already ended. It's been my favorite holiday for as long as I can remember. Something about bringing the macabre and undead to life while celebrating the fear of it all. And of course, the free plethora of candy I would organize in an OCD fashion on my living room floor while finding any excuse to get rid of all my almond joys. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that almond joys are fucking disgusting, and if you think otherwise, you're just lying to yourself. I'm sick of this underrated candy bullshit, okay? Chocolate and coconut should have never been mixed. But in all seriousness, I find it fascinating how death is shunned and avoided year-round. So much so that parents will make up elaborate stories on why their kid's pet has suddenly gone missing.
Hey Dad, have you seen my goldfish?
Oh yeah, he Flush! Ran away.
It's all my fault, I'm a terrible person.
I think that went pretty well. But for one day of the year, every Halloween, we glorify it. Imagine how different our lives would be if our viewpoint towards death was always this animated.
When I die, bury me in my straight leg breeches.
Remember, you must die. A simple concept, but it's one we often fail to grasp. We think of death as an event so far down the line, it's not worth thinking about. When we do reflect on dying, it's often negative and depressing. But this mindset towards ceasing to exist can easily be changed, and with it, your perspective on how you live your life. Let me explain. Why worry about death when there's nothing you can do to stop it? If we were immortal creatures, everything in our lives would be meaningless. Those connections you made, business you created, and the family you started would have no impact. After all, if you live forever, you can experience everything. But it's this idea that our time is so finite and limited, that everything we do matters. But for some reason we fail to see that, and we often think just the opposite, that nothing we do matters. But I like to look at it differently. Even those who believe in an afterlife and living in eternal bliss struggle with these fears. After all, being alive is all we've ever known. But the way I see it, there are two choices. Constantly worry about when and how you're going to die, or put your head down and live like each day is your last. Accomplish that big project you've always dreamed of. Go out and learn a new hobby, a new skill, because it's those small moments in life you're going to remember right before you die. The universe has not always existed, and therefore will not always exist. One day you, along with everything you know, will be forgotten. Even the greatest people in history won't be remembered. During our lifetime, we cling to this need of money, power, and fame, but none of it will matter after you're dead. Materialistic things in life don't have the importance we put on them. Now, I'm not saying to abandon all your earthly possessions and go start a new life in the woods, although that would be pretty badass. Nowadays, materialism is rooted in society. It's unavoidable. After all, we need financial freedom to experience the world how we want. But this constant chase of money and status won't make us happy. When death knocks at your door and the lights begin to fade, you won't think back to how much money you have in the bank or what color you should paint your new car. You'll remember the happiest moments of your life, when you met your wife, when your kids spoke their first words. We waste so much time living lives that we don't want. And for what? Will you be proud of the life you lived, or will you regret not making the most of it? I'm sitting on this light right now and it feels so warm on my butt and it's freezing out. Anyways, let death motivate you. For too long you've sat around waiting for the world to do you favors, but you could die today. I know everyone's used to hearing that cliche and no one will actually pay attention to it, but it's true. Yet you push off your next project until tomorrow, or wait to go to the gym. Later, you say, later. There might not be a later. I don't care if you're 70 years old or 4 years old watching this video. Whatever you want to accomplish, go out and do it. Otherwise, you might as well sit and groan over how meaningless life is and how nothing you do matters. But it matters to you, so do what you can with the time that you have here. And always remember, if I can make it, so can you.
Now this would be a beautiful death, jumping out the window.